Hello friends, so I continue with the service costing, the passenger costing concepts. In this, there is a specific question which deals with school transportation costing. School transportation costing. Related to this is illustration number 4 of your ICI module. I am dealing this illustration in detail first. Now, school transportation is also passenger costing, but the difference is the passengers there, that is our kids, they don't have to buy tickets in every trip. For them, the payment is made by parents on monthly, quarterly or annual basis to the school along with the school fees. So we need to determine how much charges should be paid by one student for one particular period to the school. And most of the times in making the calculation, we make cost sheet as usual, but normally we do not add any profit margin. They normally show that it is being done on a charitable service type of thing. Even by private schools, they don't add profit margins there. The total cost divided by number of occupied students is the charges which parents have to pay. Monthly, quarterly, annual, as the question says, will be doing that. The question we are going to do, it carries some more concept which is related to equivalent students. I'll reach there in the end. First, I'll read the question and make a cost statement. First, we'll do first part, their equivalent students is not involved. While doing second part, I'll explain you a concept of equivalent students. Reading there, SMC is a public school having 5 buses, each plying in different directions for transport of its school students. In view of larger number of students availing of bus service, the buses work 2 shifts daily, both in morning and in the afternoon. The buses are garaged in the school. Workload of students has been so arranged that in the morning, the first trip picks up senior students and second trip plying an hour later picks up junior students. Similarly, in afternoon, first trip takes junior students and an hour later, the second trip takes senior students home. The people who have traveled by school transportation, they can remember this type of thing happening in every school. The senior students, they wake up early in the morning, 6 a.m. or something, they are taken to the school. The junior ones go late and they come back early. And senior students who went to school early in the morning at 6:30, 7, they are coming back from school at 4 p.m. The junior ones go at 8:30, come back at 1 p.m. That is happening. So buses are doing 2 trips in the morning, one for senior students, one for junior students. Now whatever students they have brought will be sent back home in reverse order, first junior students and then senior students. That is the story given here. The distance travelled by each bus one way is 8 kilometers. I'll need kilometers travelled. Let's make a working note here. Working note 1. Kilometers travelled by one bus. I'll do in exactly same way as I have taught you earlier. One way, morning for seniors, one way, 8 kilometers. One trip for seniors. The bus will go and bring them to school. So that is a complete trip, 16 kilometers. One trip junior is also 16 kilometers. total in morning 32 kilometer. Afternoon same as in morning 32 kilometer. So what do you get? 1 day distance traveled 64 kilometer. How many days in the month it is working? It is written next. The school works 25 days in a month. 1 month 64 into 25. 1600 kilometer. 1 year. Question tells me further, this is for one bus, remember. 1 year, there is vacation in May, June and December. So it is working only 9 months in the year. 1600 into 9. So one bus is working 14,400 kilometers. 14,400 kilometers. And it has clarified bus fee is payable for full 12 months in the year. Even driver salary, cleaner salary, conductor salary, all salaries, even to teachers, they are paid for all 12 months in the year. But only variable cost, running cost, fuel cost is saved for 3 months. It is being incurred only for 9 months. This is first working note, which is kilometers travelled by one bus. Working note 2. I should get fuel, or to be very specific here, diesel cost for one bus. What I am going to do in cost sheet, I am going to compute everything for one bus. Another column required for fleet of 5 buses, keep on multiplying by 5. That is requirement of question. In A part, first part, he has specifically said for fleet of 5 buses, you have to make computation annual. So that will be doing, but my base is one bus. For one bus, I am analyzing further. Now, diesel cost is given 45 per liter. I need to compute liters. 14,400 kilometers annual. Average 4 kilometer per liter. Liters to be consumed. Liters to be consumed 3600 liters. How did I get 14,400 divided by 4? All common sense. At the rate of rupees 45 per liter, last item in the table that was given, under that is average, above that is 45 per liter is the rate. 3600 into 45, this makes rupees 1,62,000 diesel cost. This is the only variable cost given by the question. 1,62,000 is what we have computed. I hope this much is clear. Let us now make annual cost statement. Part 1 requires you should make annual cost statement for one bus also and for fleet of 5 buses also. Whenever there is a total cost, I'll put in fleet column. Whenever it is per bus, I'll put in the first column of amount and multiply by 5 to get the fleet of 5 buses. Let's go from beginning. First item given there, driver's salary. This is particulars column. Driver's salary. It is given per month. I need to multiply by 12. 4,500 into 12. I am getting is 54,000. For fleet into 5. 2,70,000. Item number 1. Second, cleaner salary. It is written there 3,500 per month. Do you think there is a cleaner for every bus? No, it will not be. Even otherwise it is not written per bus or per cleaner. It is written in bracket, salary payable for all 12 months, one cleaner employed for all 5 buses. It clarifies my doubt. One cleaner is there who is going to clean all the 5 buses. 3,500 into 12, annual is 42,000, but it is for the fleet. Important. I need to divide by 5 to get per bus, 8,400. This is important. When you write in the fleet column, when you write in the per bus column. This is one cleaner for all 5 buses. I wrote in the total column of 5 buses. And then divide by 5 to get per bus cost. Number 3. License fees, taxes, etc. License fees, taxes, etc. It is given 8,600 per bus per annum. I need this. Per bus per annum is what I am looking for. Multiplied by 5, I am getting 43,000. Number 4. Insurance. 10,000 per bus per annum. Again same. 10,000, 50,000. I need per annum, I need per bus for first amount column and for second amount column multiplied by 5. Repairs and maintenance. I am not making any classification, standing, semi-variable and running. I am not making that classification. So I am putting all costs directly. Maintenance cost, repairs and maintenance. Repairs and maintenance cost. 35,000 per bus per annum multiplied by 5. 35,000 here, 1,75,000 in the last column. Number 6. Purchase price of bus. Do you put purchase price in the annual cost statement? No. We are going to put only depreciation. Depreciation of bus. You can show it in working note or you can show it on the side. 15 lakh is the cost for each bus. There is scrap of 3 lakh minus 3 lakh. Divide by 12 years. Annual cost 1 lakh. Depreciation is 1 lakh. 15 lakh is basic cost for each bus. Scrap is 3 lakh for each bus. And life is 12 years. So I am getting 1 lakh here and 5 lakh in fleet of 5 buses. Number 7. Diesel cost. Refer WN2. In working note 2, I did compute for one bus 1,62,000. I need to multiply by 5 to get fleet of 5 buses. 8,10,000. Number 8. Is there any cost left? No cost is there. So there is no number 8. Get total cost. Let us add them. My first part will be complete here. 54,000, 8,400, 8,600, 10,000, 35,000, 1 lakh, 1,62,000. I am getting 3,78,000 into 5. I can verify there also. 18,90,000. 18,90,000. From there I am getting the total cost in this. Going on to second part of the question. It says work out average cost per student per month. Firstly, it is asking per month, not annual. For students coming from distance up to 4 km and students coming for distance beyond 4 km. The school has a rule. The students who come from less than 4 km, they are half fare students, and students who come beyond 4 km, they are having full fare students. So you need to consider that surely. Before I do that, for one bus, annual cost. We computed the annual cost, that was 3,78,000 rupees. I need to first get from their monthly cost. I always like to analyze one bus. For fleet of 5 buses, obviously cost will be 5 times. You have to get students will also be 5 times. Per student cost will be same whether you compute 5 times or 1 time. Because cost 5 times, student 5 times. It will make same quotient. Monthly cost 3,78,000 divided by 12. This is 31,500. School has to collect rupees 31,500 per month per bus. One bus handles 50 senior students, 50 junior students. If the fare was same, I would divide by 100 and get the answer. But it is not there. 50 students are further classified. 25 full fare, 25 half fare. Here also 25 full fare, 25 half fare. Let full fare be X, half fare will be 0.5x. Monthly I am talking, everything monthly. Now X into 25 senior plus 25 junior. Full fare students I have talked. I have talked which category? This 25. This 25 and this 25. This yellow part shows this full fare. Plus, this is revenue from full fare students monthly. 0.5x multiplied by 25 senior plus 25 junior. This I am showing by green color. Half fare students. Half fare are 50. These 50 are being paid 0.50x. Now, if I solve this, it should be equal to 31,500 that I computed. 31,500 is monthly cost that I should recover from them. 50x plus 25x should be equal to 31,500. 31,500 is equal to 75x. So, if I divide 31,500 divided by 75 is equal to x, implies 420. This is full fare. What will be half fare? Rupees 210. Half of this, simple. So, this is my answer. If I am going to charge 420 from each full fare student who is coming from beyond 4 kilometer distance, this is answer of second B. This is answer of second A. The people, the students who are coming from lesser than 4 kilometer distance, half fare students, they should be each paying monthly basis 210 rupees so that we can recover 31,500. This is important calculation. It can be done using equivalent student concept, considering half fare student as a base or full fare student as a base. I am doing it with very basic algebraical way. That I hope is a better way or easiest way of doing the question. Answer will be same, whatever concept, whatever way you apply, but I think algebraical gives you all the confidence. I repeat what I have done. When there are 50 senior students, 50 junior students handled by one bus, there will be 25 full fare, 25 half fare in both the cases. Question has written half of the students are full fare, half the students are half fare. From there I am getting 50, total 50 senior and junior, let me say, full fare students and total 50 half fare students. From there I am able to make an equation, multiply with x and multiply with 0.5x. When x is your full fare, 0.5x is your half fare. From there I am able to get the equation, solve it. You get x is full fare 420, 0.5x, half of that will be half fare, that is 210. That is a complete illustration number 4. Next we talk about practical questions, the unsolved questions from ICI module. Question number 1 again relates to passenger costing. I like to talk in detail about all the costs which are given there. Question is talking about one bus working so many trips, Delhi to Chandigarh and back the same day, distance covered, number of days in month, sitting capacity, everything given. Delhi to Agra and back same day, Delhi to Jaipur and back same day. It is giving you details of a month. It is your own choice. You could do the question on monthly basis, on annual basis, that is up to you. But what I am doing is, I am doing on monthly basis, because for 1 month I will compute the passenger kilometers, so I will be doing the question on monthly basis. It is correct even if you do on annual basis, your answer is bound to be exactly same, because fare per passenger per kilometer or for a particular distance will be exactly same. What I am making, I must write on the top clearly. Monthly cost statement. Students keep on asking whether we can make annual. Yes, you are most welcome, but be sure your kilometers and passenger kilometers should be on same basis. If you are making annual, your passenger kilometers are also annual. If you are making monthly, your passenger kilometer will also be monthly. I am looking at cost first. Passenger kilometer or kilometer I will make in a separate working note later. First you are given cost of the bus. The cost of the bus I don't put directly. I want to put depreciation of the bus. So I am writing there first item, depreciation of the bus. I should calculate here itself, or alternatively I can make a working note also for this. 12 lakh is given as cost. Look for this, it is written second last item in this table. 20% is depreciation of the bus, but that is per annum. So 2,40,000 per annum. Divide by 12, 20,000 per month. So this I can show in working note or on a side for showing this calculation. 20,000 is depreciation. Number 2, salary of conductor, driver. Salary of driver 24,000 per month. I need per month only. Number 3, salary of conductor 21,000. Number 4, salary of part-time accountant. I told you accountants are getting very less salaries in these questions, and here he has written he is only part-time and he is not a chartered accountant. So he is getting a very less salary of 5,000 per month. Number 5, insurance. Be sure it is given 4,800 per annum, divide by 12. I'll get only 400 here. 400. Now diesel consumption surely needs working note. I leave it here. I'll make it separately later on in working note 1. Then I'll put here. Number 7. Road tax. 15915 per annum divided by 12. Because I am making on monthly basis. Anything given per annum, I want to put on monthly basis. I am getting 1326.25. Let it come in fraction. I am not afraid of any fractions. Then, number 8. Lubricant oil. Refer WN1 again. In working note, I will compute all the variable cost because it is dependent on kilometers to be travelled. Number 9. Permit fee. 315 per month already. Number 10. Repairs and maintenance. 1000 already monthly. Depreciation we have already put, and he is talking of passenger tax which will be based on total takings. We did a question in last session where commission to driver was based on takings. Here it is passenger tax, so it will be dealt algebraically. I'll put here total cost other than passenger tax. I'll compute later and then add and put here. Add passenger tax. Refer working note 2. I get total cost. Add profit. Profit percentage is given 30% on total takings, will come later on. What I get? Total takings. So this will solve later on. My first task is to calculate kilometers run in 1 month along with what? Fuel cost, that is diesel consumption, and lubricant oil. So working note 1 is what I am looking at. Analysis of kilometers run, not run, it's run in 1 month, and then diesel cost, diesel consumption and lubricants. Let us concentrate. Delhi to Chandigarh, Delhi to Agra, Delhi to Jaipur. One way, 250 kilometer, 210 kilometer, 270 kilometer. It is given in question. One trip is going and coming back. 500 kilometer, 420 kilometer, 540 kilometer. And this is 1 day also. One trip or 1 day. 1 month. 500 into 8. There are 8 trips. 4000 kilometer. 420 into 10. 4200 kilometer. 540 into 6. Rest of these in a month the bus is not travelling at all. This is 3240 kilometer. If I add them, I get total kilometers. I am getting 11,440 kilometers. Now, based on this diesel consumption, depends on this. 11,440 kilometers divide by 4 kilometer per liter, I get liters consumed. They are basic things, they don't require any rectification of formulas. You need to concentrate on basic thing. 2860 liters at the rate of 56 per liter multiplied by 56, 160,160. That is the cost of diesel. Huge cost always. Diesel is going to be costly there. 160,160. The things are not over. I am computing lubricant oil also there. You can make separate working notes or you can make in same working note. Lubricant oil. He says rupees 10 per 100 kilometer. Implies rupees 0.10 per kilometer. Kilometers are 11,440. 11,440 kilometer multiplied by 0.10 per kilometer. Rupees 1144. 1144. Now I need to add them so that I can get the annual cost. Monthly cost total. 20,000, 24,000, 21,000, 5,000, 400, 160, 160, 1326.25, 1144, 315, 1,000. So I am getting is 234345.25. You can check there 234345.25. That is the total monthly cost I am getting here. Going further on working note 2. Working note 2 is related to computation of passenger tax and all. Working note 2. Analysis for passenger tax. Let total monthly takings be X. Assume total monthly takings to be X. Passenger tax is 20% of total takings. 0.20x. Profit is 30% of total takings. 0.30x. Now old equation. Total cost other than passenger tax plus passenger tax, this will become total cost, plus profit is equal to takings. Total cost was 234,345.25 plus 0.20x plus 0.30x should be equal to x. Let's solve it. 0.5x is equal to 234,345.25. So x 468,690.50. Let us put in the cost statement. The total takings I have got is 468,690.5. 20% of that is 93,738.10 and 30% of that is 140607.15. That is a complete cost sheet. We are yet to reach what he is asking. He is asking the fare Delhi to Chandigarh, Delhi to Agra and Delhi to Jaipur. Let us make working note number 3. computation of passenger kilometers for the month. Computation of passenger kilometers for the month. Now, Delhi to Chandigarh, Delhi to Agra, Delhi to Jaipur. Kilometers traveled, I already computed. I'll get back to that. 4,000, 4,200, 3240. 3240, single zero. Multiplied by number of occupied seats. The capacity of a bus is 50% and occupancy 90%. 45%, 50 into 85%. If you can recall, I have told you, do not approximate the number of passengers. If you do it 43 or 42, I don't think that is going to be taken as correct, because this is only average occupancy we are using. 50 into 100%, that is 50. 4,000 into 45. What I am getting? 1,80,000. 4,200 into 42.5. I am getting 178,500. 3,240 into 50. 1,62,000. What I am getting total? 5,20,500. Total passenger kilometers. Revenue per passenger kilometer is equal to total revenue 468690.5 divided by 5,20,500. 468690.5 divided by 5,20,500. I am getting is 0.90046 dash dash dash. Now, one way fare answer. Delhi to Chandigarh, 250 into 0.90046 dash dash. Delhi to Agra, 210 multiplied by 0.90046 dash dash, and Delhi to Jaipur, 270 multiplied by 0.90046 dash dash. So if I multiply with 250, I am getting 225.11. They are the answers that I am getting. Second one comes with 210, 189.10 approximately, and third one comes with 270, 243.12. The institute might give you answers based on some approximation. I don't accept the approximations. I feel they are the perfect answers to write in the exam. Last question for the day is practical question number 2 out of ICI module. It's not exactly on passenger costing. It's totally different question. The question gives you 3 different options and you have to select the option which will give lowest cost to the company. It is talking about the company considering 3 alternative proposals for conveyance facilities of its sales personnel who has to do considerable traveling, approximately 20,000 kilometers every year. So for 20,000 kilometers, he is thinking either purchase and maintain own fleet of cars. Number 2, allow the executives to use their own car and reimburse them some of the expenditure which is there. And number 3, hire cars from some agency. Don't buy, hire. When you hire, you have to bear some of the cost, variable cost, and some of the contracted cost, not all of them. You want to compare the 3 options, and whichever gives you lowest total cost, that will be selected. So I'm making analysis of this. Is a very easy question, rarely asked in the exam. Option 1, purchase own fleet of cars. Once you become owner, all the cost you will have to incur. So what you are getting is depreciation. Now you are given 20,000 kilometers to be traveled every year. So I am comparing his annual cost. So depreciation I need to calculate. You are given 6 lakh rupees purchase cost minus scrap. Scrap is given there, if any. Yes, 80,000. And 5 year is life given there. So 5,20,000 divided by 5. Annual cost is 1,04,000. Only when you purchase, you will bear the depreciation. When you take on hire, you don't bear. When the executive brings in his own car, then also you don't bear. What other cost? There is petrol cost, 6 into 20,000 kilometer, 1,20,000. Tires, 12 paisa per kilometer into 20,000. I hope it is 2,400. Then taxes, 800 given there. I need per car per annum only. Repairs and maintenance, I don't need classification of running and maintenance and standing. Your institute does that type of classification also. Repairs and maintenance, 0.20 into 20,000, 4,000 here. Insurance, 1,200 per car per annum. I need that. There's no other cost. Life is given. I've already taken into consideration while computing depreciation. 1,04,000. Then 1,20,000. 2,400. 800. 4,000. 1,200. I'm getting is 22,32,400. That is option 1, annual cost. Option 2, allow executive to bring his own car. You will have to reimburse him at 10 per kilometer. You are paying him 10 per kilometer. Pay to employee 10 into 20,000. 2 lakh. And bear the insurance cost only, no other cost. Insurance cost same as we computed earlier. Insurance was 1,200. So it comes 2,01,200. Cheaper than option 1. Let's check option 3. Then we'll decide. Option 3. Hire cars from agency. In this case, you have to pay hiring charges. 1,80,000. Petrol cost, taxes cost, tires cost. No other cost you are going to bear. Petrol was 1,20,000. So it is very costly. Taxes 800, tires 2,400. This is 3,03,200. 3,03,200. Conclusion. Option 2 is cheapest for the company, hence allow executives to use their own cars. That is the conclusion. Very simple question, nothing doing with passenger costing or any other service costing concepts. It's a very simple, easy decision making type question.